Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below. Let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. 6ix9ine brother just responded on everything that's going on. And what happened is that so when Takashi got there, he parked up in his car is like rainbow colored, just like his hair. So he was in the very, very first spot. And when he got in, he was working out and everything. There was these two people who they went on IG to their story or whatever and posted. They seen him hitting on one of the machines and working out. And they're like, oh, we see him. That's Takashi. That's Takashi. And so they post that. And then all of a sudden, the three dudes that they pull up, and they must have either noticed the car or seen the post, or maybe dude was already looking for him and they must have found him and tracked him down. Then they get in through the door. And once they get through the door, they already knew he was in there. So they like pointing at him and go beeline right towards him. And that's when I guess he was like in that sauna area, which happened to be connected to a bathroom. And that's why you see everything happen in that little area, because it's all a back locker room and stuff. So then it's like this is all happening at LA Fitness in Florida. So what y'all got to understand is that anybody could come through those doors, and that's how they were able to get in. Like once they walked in, the lady was already trying to check the barcode to see if they had a pass, but they completely ignored her and walked straight up to Takashi. And he was very spooked because he didn't know who was going to come through. He thought it was going to be some random whatever person with a towel or whatever, but it ended up being these three dudes. And he noticed that they're not here to use the sauna because they still got their shoes on. And so the fact that he ain't had his shoes on like that means that he was slipping and everything. So he rushed to try to get out of there, run and get all of his like things to put his shoes on so he could grip. And then, but it was too late. It was three of them. They already caught him. They dragged him like rag dolls and everything. And so basically now the thing is that main dude just got out. And so when he just got out, he could have already been probably saying to his homies, oh, when I get out, I'm going to see Takashi if he comes to Florida, this, and the third, right? And so why is he going to a LA Fitness? Why did Takashi go to the LA Fitness out of all the places? If he's got the millions of dollars and he's giving out all this money and he's, driving the expensive cars and, got the chains and all that, spending the millions on the chains and the jewelry, why he going to the regular gym like that? He should be going to like a country club basically, because if he does that, then it's like at least it is more security or more people or way bigger so that he won't be found so quickly, because everybody knows what the inside of a LA Fitness or a Planet Fitness or any of those the gyms like, because when you go in, it's just one big like warehouse and the only other rooms is basically the bathrooms. And that's where they caught Takashi lacking, because they seen him running in there and they went in after him and everything. And so they patiently waited too, because they knew that they didn't want to do this in the middle of the whole thing with a bunch of people. So once he went into that back sauna room, that's when they crept up, because they took their time with it. And so it just so happened that the timing where he was already on his way in there, as soon as he sits down and gets comfortable and closes his eyes and opens, he hears the door get undone, and they open it and it made like the click noise, and he looks up and it's like foggy because the steam, so he couldn't really see through the like the whole window and everything like that, because it's all glass and he is steamy, it's like foggy, so he couldn't see until they opened the door, actually walk in, and it was the three dudes with the black t-shirts. And so it was basically like black Air Force One wearing type people. So when they came in, he already knew it was go time. And so that's when he tried to run, because one of the dudes had a wide foot stance and he tried to run from underneath his foot and go get the rest of his belongings and his phone and his shoes and all that and his flip flops. But he couldn't really make it out there. He pretty much went underneath, took like 2-3 steps, and that was when they grabbed him. And the dude was like yelling at him and telling him these things while he was also doing like the left-right combo with a 2-piece in the side and with a drink. And they really they showed him, they must have been mad at him, or they must have met or something back in the day, or he had to have known who he was, or even possibly they must have been in the same facility together or something, and that he must have got transported down somewhere else, but then he was on a mission that when he got out free, that he was going to be looking for him the whole time, and he finally found him. And you know how Takashi is. He was always talking about how no one was going to be able to touch him, and he was trolling everybody, letting the whole world know he's untouchable. And it made everybody want to actually do, when you tell people they can't do something, like they can't touch you, it's just going to make them want to do that even more. And so he was asking for it because he was basically taunting everybody and trying to get a reaction out of them. And this is the type of reaction that he wanted, and that he was, the type of energy he was putting out, it came back to him. And on the other line, a lot of people, even if they don't know him or had any problems or beef personally with him, just from the fact that he told and the way he was doing everything, behaving himself, and the years of him just putting on the whole charade and act just to get popular and famous and everything like that. And a lot of people who's really about that lifestyle, they really don't like that because of the fact that it waters it down, and then he also manipulated and used that to become already, and he's not really giving back to those communities. He left them a while ago after he told on them. And so that's the thing too, the fake friendships, the stepping stones, the behind the back wearing a wire, and all those different things, and the testimonies, and then him in the courtroom actually pointing at the people, that makes a lot of people, that boils them, and it makes the steam come out of their ears like a cartoon character. So what's going on is that that could have been the type of person too, where maybe the guy didn't even know Takashi, and he was just a person who got upset over the fact that of the way he treated the whole image of what he was like, really. And he was considering Takashi to be the fake one, and that he's the real one. So he's got to go and prove to him and all that by finding him and doing all. So everybody's really wrong in the situation, but then also a lot of people are also like, they're not mad at it because it's a lot of karma, and he got what he was asking for. Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And so that was the type of time that they were on. And so they finally caught up to him in Florida, of all places. Maybe, he was supposed to check in. It didn't look like he had security with him. The security came out and responded and said that he didn't set him up or anything. But to the looks of it, we didn't see no security guard walking around. Maybe you seen some guy in the background here or there, but it didn't look like he was stopping them from doing anything. So he must have either known, or they must have told him, or did something, like somebody must have pulled something on him to make him just freeze in his tracks. And they must have told him, look, we're not going to do that, go that far right now, right here. But we just want to, rough him up and this, and that. So maybe that's what they told the security dude, just to keep everything from escalating even more, because you already know that if they're doing that to him, that they're probably capable of doing far more or far worse. And so it's just that he's lucky, the fact that it didn't over escalate for them to actually like take him out completely in front of all the whole gym staff and everything like that. And then, they came, and once everybody left and they got him out of there, that's when a whole squad unit started pulling up, and they took, Takashi to the ambulance and sent him away to go get treated. And they started mopping up the scene because there was a bunch of his drool everywhere, and, everything like Takashi's snot and all that and whatever. And so they had to mop that up, extra with the pine sol and everything. And so when they were cleaning it, they were looking at it, they were like, oh, didn't no one got cut up like that. That was all just from him getting slammed and everything. So the whole situation is like bad on both sides. And now a lot of publicity going Takashi's way. And, he's going to come back and respond. His brother said that, they're going to basically find the people, because now they already, the whole sheriff and the county over there, they're already looking for the three dudes, apparently, that they're going to find them. And Takashi's going, if he might tell on them, if he knows them, or he might want to press the charges on them and everything, like he did go and get into the ambulance and everything like that. So he has a case to make about him. Everybody going to come back and say he had memory loss. You're going to see him suing them with the neck brace and everything, all right? And so that's going to be the crazy thing, is that the after fact. And so the brother said that Takashi is basically resting right now. He's in a stable condition and everything, and that, they're making sure to get him a lot of hydration, water, and fluids and everything, because he leaked everything all over the floor. and and they mopped him up and with his hair, and so he's lucky that they didn't get ripped out any of his hair. He still has that intact and everything. He probably has to go get his rainbow recolored and everything like that. And then, other than that, it's probably best for him to get out of that Florida area or wherever and just go back into the whole protection plan, because the protection plan for him, I don't know why he even got out of that in the first place, because people already knew things like this was going to happen. And so now he's probably going to have to go back into his protection plan. So with all that, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.